So this is how I, at times like this when I'm not feeling so strong, this is how I do my airway clearance. It's a bit rough on my knees, but I get better support. I find that if I do it sitting, the vest bunches up too much. It's not all in the right place that I need it to be. And it also helps when I start coughing to be, leaned on the bed like this. Luckily, with these hospital beds, these small hospital beds, you can actually lower the bed down or up to whatever height that you want it at. It has been a pretty rough morning, but we're getting there. We'll get through it. The extra breathing treatments of the rescue inhaler and nebulizer are a bit rough on me, but that's okay. They do get me very jittery, and right after I've finished, okay, it's changing cycle now. When I have finished doing the nebulizer treatment, I can't really move about too much because it sets my heart rate very high, which then, sets off a whole chain of, I wouldn't say panic, but it's almost, because it's difficult getting my breath, because of this. No. And he's laying on the floor behind me. She doesn't like it when I start doing the huffing. She gets a bit worried. Now she's going off to go get my hubby. Why you don't sit sick? She told you she went to go get hubby. Oh. And she gets upset when I do the huffing.
I'm here, Annie. I'm here. Okay, I'm here.
Oh God. Oh. I think we're gonna have to call Dr. Nelson. Oh, actually, I have some space.
How about the antibiotics?
There's a few more days on that. Oh my head.
Check something good.
My hubby's cooking his breakfast, so he's gone check his breakfast, and he's just gone running after him like, hey dude. It's so funny. I can't cough anymore right now. I mean, I know. The minute you left, she came running after you like, hey dude. Oh, I'm exhausted. And now she's laying down at my feet. I can feel her against my feet.
Yeah. She knows Daddy's here.
Yeah. Knowing that I've had low lung function, 16% lung function, since way before 2014. Do you think that this, in the past, okay, let me say this. In the past few months, would you say there has been a drastic change in the way my mind works? Deteriorating?
No.
No. You hear it, folks? That's from somebody who lives with me. It hasn't affected my brain.
Are you going to? I thought it stopped.
No. There's one more cycle. Let me check how many. I can't remember how many cycles I've done. Oh, I'm just worn out. Let me put this intensity up.
Be right back.
Alright. There we go. Put this on the highest. This is what they call the drainage. Each cycle actually targets different areas in different ways for different duration, and it's all designed to help move the mucus out and up and out, I should say. And you can run these cycles as often as you want. You can change it so that only runs one cycle, and you can, you keep running that cycle until you feel comfortable. I think I need to make myself a kneeling cushion or something. My poor knees. It's been years since I've been on my knees for anything. Oh, Jim, stop. Oh dear.
Is that on high now?
Yeah. Put this one on high. She went and got you again. So funny. I could feel her laying right next to my leg.
Okay, now she's going to go crazy. I'm here, Annie. I'm here. I'm still here.
I think maybe we'll do 3 a day rather than 2 a day. Bump it up a bit.
Until you start clearing, then slow it down.
Yeah. And then go back down to my normal twice a day. Oh.
Have some oatmeal.
Yeah. Can I have a cup of, this is going to be finished soon, please have a hot cup of, thanks babe. It's okay now. Each section is about 10 to 15 minutes long. You can also set the length of time on this. On each section you can change that up to, you know, the little program here. And you have the little dial here where you can change it up here. These are your sections and this is the duration. Well, this is the intensity. And you can change the duration of it down here.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, honey. Oh, you gotta find some fun somewhere. Oh, I need to recharge it. The little battery thingy here. There's a battery indicator that keeps flashing. You can actually run this while it's plugged in to the socket, or you can run it, you know, mobile like this. Lunch. Yes, I'm still wearing the same nightie, but who cares right now, because I don't. Okay, one of my guilty pleasures is croissant with mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella. It's a low moisture, hard skin mozzarella cheese, so I don't feel so bad having it, but it's not the ideal thing, you know, it's not the most healthiest thing to eat, but it's one of my guilty pleasures. And when hubby buys the croissants in, he does that when he knows I'm not really feeling so great, because it's like a little treat for me. So just slice it down the middle like that. Of course, if you're not that handy with a knife, don't do it this way. There are better ways of doing it. I was just doing that just to show. And as you all know, I'm very handy with a knife. Yeah, I remember that one. Band-Aid! I'm just going to stick some mozzarella cheese in the middle. Of course, my hand's in the way. Oh, I do need to have a tripod, you know, one of those tabletop tripods, so I can put you in a better place. But that does still work very well, my coat hanging phone thingy. Yeah. I'll put a link up, an iCard up there for you to go check it out if you haven't. Everything does have energy, you know. It really does. Alright. Well, my hair's not looking too bad to say. I haven't done much with it for the past few days since I cut it. And I think I'm going to have to be putting a call into my pulmonologist, but I am still fighting to stay out of the ICU. I don't want to go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I don't know, say somebody's calling me, but hopefully if it's important they will leave a message, because it doesn't say who it is. Now I'm putting very thin slices of tomato on, because tomato can take a little bit longer to. You don't, well, you just don't want thick slices on it. And that's my way of making it a little bit healthier. I must confess I did not have breakfast today. And this is going to go into the toaster oven. And we're just going to toast it. Now the trick with croissants, when you put them in the toaster oven, you have to watch them. Because I'm telling you, if you walk away for 1 minute, the darn little things will burn like crazy. And if you're from the generation that I came from, you don't throw it out. You stand there and you scrape that burnt top off. Gives it a nice flavour. Well, that's what we were always told. But one thing you can do to help save you time with things later on, because this is a time when things can start building up. I've been washing my dishes as I've used them, and as I finish with them, somebody else hasn't. And he learnt yesterday that if you let the dishes pile up, it can take 2 hours. 2 whole hours to wash them. Because we didn't have a dish or a cup. Well, he didn't have. There weren't dishes, my cups were washed. But I wash them as I use them. And I've been very diligent this time about doing the same thing with the things that I use, like the knife and the cutting board. That will now get washed. Put these in the fridge. Okay. Wasn't that long. All I did was wash the cutting board and the knife, and I got one of my house plants down to water it, and it's ready already. Now these are hot to get out of there. So I just kind of scoot. And you can see just how nice and brown that is. It'll be crispy once it's cooled down a bit, ready to eat. A few more minutes, that would have been black. Bon appetit. One thing I have noticed, besides having more pain after, coming off the medication I needed to come off, the pain medication I had to come off, I have noticed that when I use my rescue medication in my nebulizer, I do wheeze more after using it, and it also, oh man, my heart rate, my arrhythmia, it's going nuts. So for some time after using the medication, which I have to use now, because of the flare-up that I'm in, I need to use that to help open up what's left of my lungs lower down. I'm just gonna lie here and rest. We'll get over this hump. I managed to make lunch again. Extra vest treatment this morning. Not going to do one now, because that will just, with the way I am, that will the side effects now. If I did a vest now, that would just throw everything over into panic mode, which is something that's natural to your body. It's the flight or fight syndrome that kicks in, and we don't want to do that right now. I don't mind having to rest right now, because I can't really go out on the deck, it's too hot. I did make sure that the plants were well watered yesterday, and the ones that needed double shade or partial shade throughout the day until they get more acclimated to this, sudden weather. Sorry I keep closing my eyes, but they're very light sensitive at the moment. So I know the plants are okay for now, and hopefully later sometime today I'll be able to get out there and we'll talk later. Well, I actually managed to sleep for a while, as you can see in all my gloriousness. And the worst thing about sleeping is waking up and needing to cough. And you don't have enough airflow or oomph to cough everything up and out quickly. It kind of, you feel like you're choking. But we'll get through this. So it's oh my goodness, it's 6:40. I slept just over 3 hours, which is quite amazing. For the past few days I really haven't slept that much. So I'm going to do my treatment and we'll see where we go from here, right? Right. We can only go upwards. And you know why we can only go upwards? Because I'm kneeling on the floor. Sorry. Oh gosh, you gotta find humour in this. You gotta find humour. Even if it's dark humour. You gotta find humour somewhere in your rough moments. So, we'll get there. It's been a day of coughing and airway clearance and treatments, and not well. I did manage to, as I always do, doesn't matter how well I am. I always somehow, oh boy am I hot. I always manage to find humour somewhere. Now you have it from my husband that my low lung function has not affected my brain, and it's not diminished my brain whatsoever. And I've had 16% lung function, which went up, well, it's probably diminished now, but I've had 16% lung function since way before 2014, when I was told I would need a double lung transplant. So don't take for granted, don't take what someone says just because they've had experience with somebody who's been through something like this. Don't take their word for it that they know exactly. Well, I'm just going to say, go ask. Do your research. Like I said, every patient is different, and there's different factors, rather than just low lung function, that actually affects the brain. So with that being said, be kind, be thoughtful and considerate to those around you and those that you come in contact with. Pain and suffering is pain and suffering, no matter what the type of pain and suffering is. when you look somebody in the eye, make sure that you can say to them, I see you. Because one day that person you're looking at just might be you, and you won't like it. And when somebody's quick to joke, laugh, find joy in, in life, it doesn't mean to say they're not in pain and they're not suffering. Remember, assumptions often lead, well, they don't. Assumptions lead to the wrong conclusion. One step at a time, one breath at a time. I can do this. Keep saying that to yourself, and we'll get there. One day we'll get there, I promise. I'm going to say good night, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world.